again. Just gonna turn around and gonna start out kind of falling behind here on videos and stuff. About 2 weeks ago, LT Survival turned around and tagged me on the first aid kits. And as I said to him, I said I'd probably have to do mine because of, once again, being qualified in the past. I've had combat first aid. I've turned around and had my EMT phase 2, CPR, all that kind of stuff. Now, mind you, all that stuff is expired. So I'll turn around and say that I have not kept up on it all. But I mean, the thing is once you turn around and have that knowledge and stuff like that, a lot of it, I mean, when you go, anybody that's got CPR or anything, you'll know what I'm talking about. You go to do your refresher courses and stuff, it's usually just little minor things that change. I've had no reason to have to go back and get mine per se for work or anything like that, so that's why I haven't gone. But anyway, he knew that I would carry a bunch of different kits, and I do. Totally depending on the time, where I'm going, who I'm with, all that kind of stuff. So this one here that I'm going to start off with in this series, probably to end up being a 3-part video, is basically, I consider it my medium kit. This is a kit that I turn around and carry with me, if I'm coming out by myself, or in a situation like today, filming this video. I'm actually out in the bush with Cole Craven. So this is the one that I bring just because of the fact that, just in case if something ever happened. I know it's got enough in it for the area that we're in, that if he or I turned around and got injured or got hurt or whatever, I've got everything I need to turn around and get out and get to safety or whatever, or for EMTs to arrive on site. So it just opens up. Now this kit, like I said on many of those other first aid kits, I turned around first turned around and picked it up for about $10 at Walmart. There is no kit that you'll turn around and find that, my personal opinion, there's no kit that you'll ever find that's going to turn around and have everything in it that you need. Every kit, there's kits, stop for a second and think. There's kits out there that you can get for really decent prices, but you're going to have to definitely add or subtract things depending on your experience and your knowledge and stuff like that you want. But one of the things just off the top that I turned on and always have in all my first aid kits is just a glow stick. Just more the reason for that is that, if it was in the middle of the dark or whatever, and there's no light around or whatever, you can definitely turn on a crack and glow stick, put it over. The other thing, personal just experience over time, is that if somebody was seriously injured or whatever, in the dark, just that little bit of light actually turns on and helps to, calm them down and stuff like that until stuff comes along. Now, I'm not going to pull everything out. What I might do is, at the end, is I'll turn around and do a little caption video and just turn around and show a picture of all the stuff in there. Like I say, because there's 3 of them that I'll go over, but just quickly, I got a small little space blanket in here, the Mylar one. Things like, just because of the time of the year we're coming into, it's that colder time of the year. You got the little hand warmers. They're good for 7 hours. The ones you turn around and rip it open once it's exposed to air, turns on and heats up. Benefit of these that are really cool, definitely for the hands, but it's not so much that. It's even, if somebody turned around and got really cold or whatever, believe it or not, just rip one of these open and getting that heat going, put it underneath their shirt or something like that, along, by the heart or whatever. It's going to turn around and keep you warmed up. Just looking over, I thought I heard deer in there in the bush. Something's over there. And you've got your typical triangular bandage. Everyone knows what that is. That's kind of that one pouch. This part here, like I say, I'm not going to turn around and pull it all out, but you got your gauzes, band-aids, rubber gloves. I've got a small pair of scissors, great enough to turn around and cut the gauze and stuff that's in here. Not like the scissors that I would have in my bigger kit, which, like I say, I'll show you in another video. And then in the back part, 3-inch gauze, 4-inch gauzes, all your alcohol wipes. I've got sting relief wipes, ointment wipes, just like the little ointment wipes as we've all turned on and seen, as people turn on and talking about. Different size bandages from, the small little tiny ones all the way up to the finger bandages, fingertip bandages, stuff like that. Now, when you get into the middle part here, it's just kind of, once again, I've added my own tape, because the tape that turned on and came in this kit was crap. We all know, we've all turned on and talked about that before. A lot of these people that have done these videos, you know what I mean. It don't stick at all. This stuff actually, I'm lucky enough that my sister's a nurse at the hospital, and they're actually allowed to have so much of it at a time. And she turned around and passed me down a roll, which muchly appreciated. So it's the actual good tape that's used in a hospital. Then I've got my own, just reusing pill bottles and turned around and put like cotton balls. And I turned around and have, and if I needed to dab something or whatever the case may be, or turned around and back up as a fire starter. Q-tips that are cut in half, just so that they can fit in here. So you could use those, you know, once again, turned around and cleaning out a wound or something like that. Does the trick. A small little pill bottle with just, this one's actually turned around and got Tums or Rolaids. You know, that upset stomach or somebody's got heartburn or whatever, in case. There's a pair of the tweezers in here. Now these ones aren't the greatest in the world, but good enough for turning on and pulling out, you know, a splinter or something like that. Or if you had a big enough cut and, you know, you turned on and maybe had some debris or whatever in it, you just wanted to pull that debris out before you wrap it up. Definitely turn on and use that. Now, on this part, I'll just turn on and bring it up rather than pulling them all out because it's tucked in there nice and neat. You can see that. They're pretty good. Just bring it up right there. Things like I've got a better pair of tweezers, so turn on and pulling out, you know, like if you got a thorn or something like that in here. A good pair of nail clippers. Enough said what nail clippers are. You know, hang nails, stuff like that, everything else. One other thing, all my fire kits, yeah, getting ahead of myself here. All my first aid kits have that, you know, I've noticed in a lot of the videos that people have been doing, making comments about, every one of my first aid kits has a ferro rod in them. And the reason being is that, once again, you never know where you're going to be in that situation. You know, I always turn around and have a first aid kit with me. The other kit that I was talking about that I'm going to do, my bigger one, you know, when I'm with the family and stuff like that, I carry that everywhere. You know, we go out as a family. Believe it or not, it's in the house, but we go out as a family, it comes with us and it goes in the van. It's got a fire, all the stuff to make fire. And that's just, again, you never know where you're going to be. Middle of the winter, hypothermia, whatever. Another backup way of turning on and starting fire. And I mean, with that, you know, you've got alcohol, wipes in here, cotton ball, everything, lip balm, right here. Everything to turn on and start a fire if you need to start a fire to warm up. Obviously some medication for headaches and stuff like that, just to leave. A bunch of safety pins to turn on and use for the triangle bandage. And then the other thing I also turn around and throw in, which comes back to being a military thing, is a little tiny tube of super glue. Now, some people may have super glue. Well, there is other people out there that know what I'm getting at. Is super glue is great for if you did turn on and have a half decent size, you know, gash or something, and it's nice and clean, like a nice clean cut. You can actually turn on, squeeze that together, drop some super glue over top of it, and you're set to go. It's actually an old military thing that goes back to, as far as it's been looked at way back, since the dawn of super glue, that in the military, soldiers and stuff used to turn on and carry it to help turn on and cover wounds. So that's kind of that kit. Like I say, it's just the small one. Well, it's not the small one, but the medium-sized one. It's the one that I turn around and, like I say, if I'm just going out myself or with somebody else, and we're not that far from home. But so that's one. Like I say, at the end of the video, I'll turn around and have probably a snapshot or something. I might do it from home, put it on the table, lay everything out, so everybody can see it, just so I don't lose anything while I'm sitting here. And then the next video in the series, we'll turn around and have one of the other kits I have. So for now, friends, once again, it's Peter from FS Bushcraft. Thanks a lot. God bless.